Now, our great mate Greta Thunberg, speaking of people who should probably go and get a job, they finally caught up with her. She's facing charges for her protests after disrupting traffic, etc., during one of these, I don't know what her mob is called these days, but you've got Just Stop Oil and Extinction Rebellion.
Extinction Rebellion.
All the various different outfits. She's facing possibly 6 months in jail. I mean, why didn't they put her in jail about 5 years ago when she started protesting? It would have saved us so much trouble.
I've got two questions about this, Caleb. Number one, how is it that Greta Thunberg is continually arrested while at the same time flying around the globe meeting with presidents and prime ministers? I mean, Donald Trump Jr. just, had trouble with his visa getting here. If Greta wanted to come to Australia, don't worry about character grounds for denying a visa. Elbow would pick her up himself in his jet. And the second thing about Greta is, how come the only time she ever looks happy is when she's being arrested? I mean, she's miserable until that photograph moment, and then suddenly she's all smiles.
But I'm not surprised. I mean, there are some people, like, they get out of jail and then they go back to jail because they've sort of been institutionalised. But if you're Greta Thunberg, right, like, she started all of this stuff when she was 15, 16. It's basically all she's got. I can kind of understand why she would, now that she's an adult, be trying to hang on to the last vestiges of what she can. Obviously, she can't do school strike for climate anymore because she doesn't go to school. But she's got to do more and more outlandish stuff. In order to keep her name in the headlines.
Edge.
Well, the problem with being a climate campaigner is the older you get, the more weathered your face looks.
Wouldn't be us without a dad joke.
What's that saying for you, James? I mean, you're a bit older than us. What's the weather forecast?
I don't know, but I'm not a climate protester, so I can make those jokes.